And on behalf of the library, I welcome all the participants to this today's workshop. This workshop will be conducted by Mr. Ashutosh Sharma. He is a technical executive at Numerical Analytics Instruments Private Limited. And he is going to guide us through this software, which is NVivo, especially for qualitative research analysis. So over to you, Mr. Sharma. You can start with your session.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So, good afternoon. My name, as ma'am said, my name is Ashutosh Sharma, and I'm the technical executive at Numerical Analytics. Today, I will give you a demonstration on how we can use NVivo for the qualitative research. But first, let me give you a brief about at Numerical Analytics, who we are and what we do exactly. So, so for past few years, we have include wide range of numerical analytics software and then technology and business intelligence solutions. We are working with various educational institute, corporate organization, government sector to implement education technology, business and analytical solutions. So we are a subsidiary company of StatWorks Malaysia, and we are the sole distributors of softwares like eViews and Vivo, Citavi, SmartPLS, and ExcelStat in India, as well as to our neighboring countries like Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. And we provided both analytical and educational technology. In analytical technology, we have the leading qualitative and quantitative research software for scholars, students, and researchers to make their work more productive. And in educational technology, we avail the STAM technology in India through Texas Instruments. So these are the products that we deal in. We have NVivo, which is qualitative research of analytics software. In this demonstration, I will give you a brief about how we can use an NVivo for the qualitative research. Next, we have eViews, which is a quantitative research software, mainly concerning time series, cross-sectional, and panel data. Next, we have SmartPLS, which is structural equation modeling using partially least square method, and you can use the path analysis, you can create your own latent variables, and then you can apply to the various statistic equations from there. Next, we have ExcelStat, which is an Excel add-on, which consists 250 plus statistical analytics. It consists all statistical procedure or method there is to be. So it can be used for design of experiment, quality control, and everything like ML and everything is consistent in ExcelStat. Next, we have Citavi, which is a reference management tool. Basically, it just cited all your references are one place so that all that funding, size, and everything can be managed. Next, we have IBM Watson X, which is a generating model tool. You can create your own generating model, and you can prompt them, edit them. You can even control the data that you are going to use for fetch the ML from this thing. So you can give completely access to your own model. Next, we have IBM SPSS, which is a statistical software, which consists of multiple models out there. So if you want to explore any one category of statistic like marketing or social science, so you can opt those kind of module. Last, we have Texas Instruments, which are programmable graphical calculators, which can be used for various things that you can do with the data. So these are few of our leading users of the software. We have multiple IITs, IIM, Sangat, JNU, like ICMR, World Health Organization. So all of them have been using NVivo for their qualitative research. These are some of our international users of the software. We have South Asian Institute of Advanced Studies, One Heart Worldwide, Nepal, Royal University of Bhutan, and many others who are using NVivo for their qualitative research. So the latest version of NVivo is NVivo 15, and it's been widely supported software in the world for the qualitative research software because it's been a wide range of data formats, including interviews, survey, audio, video, social media, and many more. So with NVivo, you can import your own libraries, you can organize all your articles, you can code them with a different type, you can link that data, you can put multiple kind of classification on your data or case scenarios, and then you can link up all the codes that you have created with all these things. And this will allow you to go deeper into your analysis. You can find more relation or connection towards your data, and you can have the visualization of those things as well. And that all this will comprise in one single window, which will definitely going to improve the final outcome of your research. So these are the data formats that NVivo support, apart from Word, PDF, and text. If you have been working on any survey data, like SurveyMonkey, Qualitative, text, or Excel file, you can directly import those files. And if you have been working on a reference management tool like Citavi, Zotero, EndNote, Refer, you can directly import that too. If you you can also import the data from the social media platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and you can directly import them. Yeah. So NVO 15 have been including the AI feature, which has been included like jargon, unpack jargon. Yeah. So NVivo have three new features with the NVivo AI features. First is unpack jargon and technical language. So sometimes when we have been exploring any research, we had come across a lot of jargons or regional slang or any particular, like we have been exploring new territory that we are not familiar with. So do not have to use a third party app. We can just use these NVivo for to getting the details and the definitions of those things. Next is a dive into reflective thinking. What it does, it will give you the summarization of your document that you have imported in the NVivo. Like if you have been imported, like any languages as well, like if you have been imported any different language that we cannot comprehend, it will give you the summarization of that document into a language that we can comprehend. The last is fine tune your coding. That is when you create a code, what it does, it will suggest child code using the reference which has been added to that particular code. In this demonstration, I will give you a practical implementation of those things that will make you to understand those things better. So these are some of the visualization that NViewers share. Like we have word cloud, word tree, and then we have word map, coding matrix, bar chart, hierarchy chart. In this demonstration, I will show you how we can create them and how we can export them as well. So these are the contact details. Let me take you to the software now. Yeah. So this is the starting interface of the NVivo. Here you can see this is the account details. This is getting started. So if you're new to it, you can get tutorials out here how to do certain things. This is a learn and connect. We have been community out there, so you can go explore those things as well. These are some of our sample projects. So a pseudo data has been taken and an analysis has been done to them so that you can see what kind of analysis can be expected from the NVivo. Here on the extreme left, we have the recent project. So while one time we can work on multiple projects and all the project that we will be working from will be saved out here as like this. So we don't have to, go back and forth. So these become shortcuts. We click over here and the project will be open. This thing, like if you have been working on any project that you do not want to share, so in that case, what could be done? You can delete it directly from here. So let's suppose I don't want to this, I can remove it from here. The actual file will be saved in your system by the location that you will desire. I will show you. In this demonstration, I will create a new project. So to create a new project, you have to click on new project sign over here. Just click on it. Now it's a two-step method. So first you have to identify the name of the project. So let's suppose I just say demo and today's date is 2/3. Okay. And now this is the location where the project will be saved as a practical file. So these are merely a shortcuts. This is the location where the project will be saved. If you do need to manually transfer project from one system to another, this will be the location that you need to fetch the project data, that project with. You can browse it and choose your own location in your system. After this, you have to click on next. Now, second is he asking us about project saving. So basically what it has been created in the scenarios when unexpected happen and system shut down unexpectedly for various reasons. So sometimes what happened, you have done tons of work and suddenly something happened and the system shut down. So all the work will not be saved. To avoid such situation, two option has been provided. The first is auto save the project. Secondly, while save the project, in which undo button will be disabled. So in this, while you're doing anything, everything will simultaneously save. So if you have done any step, anything, suddenly something happened, the last thing that you have done will be saved in the NVivo. That will wipe out all the possibility that whatever you've done will maybe wipe out in the if something bizarre happens, system shut down. Second option is a display save reminder. So after certain minutes, and we can change this number, let's say 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, it will give me a reminder that I want to save everything that I have done in this period of time. If say yes, then the last time that you save, everything will be saved in your project. So after specifying these details, just click on create project. Yeah. So while we start a new project, and we will give you a start tour where they will describe how to import, organize, explore, and centralize. If you're new to the NVivo, you can go and explore that. I'm just going to skip this for this demonstration. So this is the starting interface of a new project in NVivo. Now, before I just go and explore everything, I just want everyone to be interactive. And if you come across any question, please let me know and I will clear all your doubts while I performing that. And later we will have, at the end, we will have a Q&A session and you can ask me your questions at that time as well. So in this demonstration, I will import some data out here and I show you how you can manually make codings of these things and everything. So before importing, I want to segregate my data into multiple folders so that I can just segregate myself there. This is not mandatory stuff. I'm just doing it just so that you know how to make folders. Secondly, if you want to do not want to merge all the data in one window, so you can create those folders. So to create folders, just go to files, right click, new folder. Now you can name it. I will import it some PDF files. So I just write PDF. Okay. Next, again, a new folder. I will import some interview transcripts. Interview. Okay. Next, I will import some images. Okay. And the last, I will import a video file. So I have created those folders. Now I will import file within these folders. So let's suppose I want to import file in this image. So I click on image. I can see image over here. So it's been certain whatever I'm going to import will be in this folder named image. To import the data, you have to see your main menus. We have home, import, create, explore, share, and module. In this demonstration, I will use them as per the requirement. Right now, I'm importing the data. So just go to import. And now if you want to import any project that you have worked, you can click on project and you can directly import all the coding, all the import files into a project. Secondly, if you want to fetch file within your system, so you have to click on files. Here you can choose your files. As I said, I'm importing some images. So I just select these two image, open, import, and it's been imported. Similarly, I just go again. Sorry, not this time. Next, I will go to interviews. Now, interviews are here. I want to import some interview files in this folder. This is folder. So I click again. I just select all these 8 files, open, and import. Yeah. Next, and another way to import files is just right click on this in this folder. Just go import files, and it will take you to the system again. So I'm going to import some PDF file. These 4 files are here. I say open and import. And the last we have video. Similarly, I just right click, import files. I just fetch my video file and I say open. So that is how we're going to import data in NVivo. Is if there are any questions about importing? I guess not. So if you have been importing any survey data, so you click on survey in import section, you can directly import Excel text, Qualitative survey monkey file. And you can, if you have been importing any reference management file, so you can directly import these files from here. Now I will show you how we can manually make coding within these files. So first I will go to interviews. So as I said, this is a navigation panel which has been categorized into three sections. The first is import. So all your data is getting import will be over here. Second is organize, where all your coding, cases, notes, and sets will be. And the last is explore, where all your queries, visualization, and reports will be saved. So now this is the list panel, this is the navigation panel, and if you want to open the file, just double click on the file. It will open into a third panel called description panel. So this is the Barbara file. This is an interview between Henry and Barbara. Henry is the one who's asking the question, and this is the response that Barbara gave. And the entire file we can explore and see it directly from here. Now, so this interview is about a fishing, and let's suppose I am concerned about from what places the people have been come from and what their opinion about fishing in a particular place. So I want to make a code by the name of place, and I want to put reference. Let's suppose I want to put reference in that particular code. So first I click on codes. You can see codes over here. Secondly, I just highlight the part. This is the easiest way to make coding, the drag and drop. So let's suppose this particular statement, my family moved here when I was 2 years old in 1969. My parents still lives here. So I suppose this is relevant and I want to save this as a code by the name of place. So easiest way of making code is just drag it and just drop it into the code section. It is asking the name of that code. I just write place. I say, okay. And you can see a code name place has been created. Similarly, if I just go again and see since 96, my husband and I bought this little cottage in 96, that is somehow a relevance for me also as the place. And I want to save this in the existing code name place. So I drag it, I drop again into this place. And now you can see one file and two references. The file here represents how many imported file are consist within this particular code. And reference are how many total references this particular code contains. So if I just go to interviews again, I click on Charles this time, and you can see all the files that you will be open side by side as a new tab, and you can go back and forth to these files. And if I just go again and see, I have been living here about 6 years, that is also relevant. So I highlight this part, I drag and I drop it into place. Now you can see the files are two because now that they have been consisting coding from two files. One is from Barbara and one is from Charles. And I can again, I have been lived here all over the country over the years, but I miss the salt water. And I just drag it and again drop it into this. So that is how we can make drag and drop coding into a text file. Now, so this is an interview transcript, and we sometimes the interview transcript consists spelling, grammatical mistakes, or sometimes you want to add those things into those files as well. So these files are editable. So to make it enable, you have to click on edit, and now you can add and remove things. Let's suppose this particular statement, interview with the Charles or make this description, I do not want that within this file. So I can just backspace and I can delete them and I can add things. So this is a new. So we can add and remove things now. So if we have been working any file which continuously need to correct itself, so you can import as a text and you can correct it. Or if you have been working any file which keeps on adding the data, so you can also keep adding the data into any existing file. So by while you are editing this file, your original file will not be affected by this. Your original file will be impact like that it used to do. All the changes you make will sustain in the NVivo itself. Not original file will not be changed. So this is about how you can make manual coding to the text file. I hope everything is clear. I guess so. So now the PDF file. Let me just show you the PDF file. Let me just open this file. So the text coding is similar in PDF file as well. Let's suppose if I want to make coding for this course definition, and I want to save this as a code name coast. So I have already showed you drag and drop, but for that the code need to be open in this particular area. Let's suppose this is a file over here, and I don't have code, so I cannot drag and drop into code now. Another way of making codes is to just highlight the part that you want to make as a reference, right click the first option, code selection, click on it. Now you can make all kind of coding from here. Like suppose you want to make a new code, so you click on create new, and now you can name this ghost, and yes, and you can see a new code name ghost has been created. Similarly, if you want to drop that particular reference into existing code, so you have to click on place and just, yeah, and now you can see 3 files are here. So if you want to make code reference into existing code, you just click on the name of that code and say okay, and it will be a drag over there. Now last option is you want to save this reference as a child code of any existing code. So right click, code selection, and let's say I want to segregate this place into multiple categories like coast, hills, mountain, or plain. So let's suppose I just want to make a child code for this place, so I click on place first. Now I will click on child code, and now I can name it coast, and now you can see coast has been created. Yeah. So, but a PDF file not only contain the text, sometime it contains the images, charts, graphs. Sometimes those are also important to save as references. Let's suppose this particular word image, and I want to save this image as for my references. So I click on the thing, click on region, select the image that I want to save, and I can just drag and drop. I just name it as a wildlife. I say okay, and you can see code has been created. But if I open this code, you can see no content has been provided to this code. Rather, a pixels has been shown or some region has been shared to me. And now if I want to see what images I have been saved, I can click on this blue link. It will directly take me to the file where it has been taken. But better if some content has been given rather than the link. I have to, like, if I have been making some references, multiple references for images, it's been hard to track what image has consists what. So better if we provide some content. So while we have been doing on this thing, let me just open an image. Yeah. Let me just open this one. So this is the image, and suppose my objective with this image was to check the conditions of the board, like if you have been going around any hygienic survey or anything. So rather than writing it down everything, you just take the images of the corners or the area that need to be examined, and later you can explore those images and make your coding with those images. Let's suppose I have taken this picture by just checking what is the conditions of the board. To enable the coding in the images, first you have to click on edit. Now you have to highlight the part that you want to save the code. Let's suppose I just drag this one. Now right click, insert row, and you can see a region has been, but now you can put content towards this region. I can write the condition of the birds are good. Now I will save this as a reference. I highlight this part, right click, code selection, and I just say I just make a new code over here, name boards. Now code has been created. This is the board, and when I open it, now the content has been shown to me rather than pixel. And if I want to see the image, I still can click on this thing, and it will take me to the part of the image that I want, what image has been taken. A particular image can be used for multiple sections, and it can be overlapping to each other as well, so you can make multiple coding to the one single image as well. So this is how we can make manual coding to the images file. Last, I will show you how we make coding to the video files. So first, let me click on video. Let me open it. Now, so coding for video and audio files are similar. There is no other way around. Only the difference between audio and video file. In video, we have the visual, and in audio, we just have the wavelength. So I'm just showing it on the video file, but the coding and everything works same for the audio file as well. So first, let me just clear the waveform so that we can see it clearly. Yeah. And now we click on edit to make a coding. Now, so in video or audio file, it could be like we rather want a particular section of the file to be saved as a reference, or we could be wanting the complete transcription of audio or video file. So let's suppose we want to make a reference of a certain section first. So let me just play it first. Not sure whether you can hear it, but he has been asking about the same phishing question that had been we have the interview transcript of. And let's suppose we have run this through up to this point, and we want to save some reference or some section within this part. So what we does, we just take the cursor back, we play, and we can start selection from here. Let's suppose I click on start selection, and now you can see from this point, a rectangle has been taken. It's been growing as the video has been going further. And let's suppose this is the point that I want to end it. I say finish. So you can see a rectangle has been taken. To make a references from this coding, you just right click on it, insert row, and you can see the time frame has been taken. Now you can put content to it. You can write word by word thing what he has said, or you can put your personal input. Like I just write that Ken is talking about the boats. And I can save this as a reference now. I just highlight this part. Another way of make code is just click over here. You can select the already existing code, or if you want to make a new code, just write the name new code. I just want to put this into let's say boats, and I say click here in the empty circle, and it has been into the boat. So that is how we can do a particular section of a video or audio file as a reference. If you want to make a complete transcription or audio video file, just take the cursor back to the starting point. You can see a transcribe button above the loop. You just click on it. And now when you start play, you can see it's starting from 0 now. And you can play and pause and you can write the everything what you want to write as a word by word or your references, and you can play it along. If you want to segregate a particular section, let's suppose there has been a Q&A about question 1 to question 5, and you want to make 5 particular sections of that file. So let's suppose this is the introduction part, and I want to segregate that as an introduction. So I click on stop, and you can see that the time frame has been cut off to 5, and now I can write the Ken is giving his introduction. And I can save this as a code. I just highlight this part, right click, code selection, place. Yeah, it's been, that is how you can make coding from here. When you start to play again, you can see it started from the end point of that last cut. So that is how you can pause and play, and you can transcribe the entire file, and you can have the desired sections that you want to segregate in that particular audio and video file. So this is how you can manually transcribe the audio and video file. And we will provide you a module which can be transcribed, but which is the paid version that you have to purchase beyond the license. Let I show you how it works. So you click on the main menus, modules, go to transcription. Yeah, you can add files. Okay, and then you can see this is the name of the file. This is the duration of the file. That how the duration. This is 1 minute and 42 seconds of file. Now there is a language, and we will have provided you 42 languages, out of which Indian language that we have are Hindi. Yeah, Hindi. We have Marathi, and we have Tamil. So these 3 languages are provided, and this is a many to many kind of mapping. So if you have any of these languages, can be transcribed in any of these languages. So you can select any languages. After that, you have to click on transcribe, and that particular audio and video file will be transcribed in that particular language. So that is how you can use the transcription module. Is there any questions about importing or any manual coding of anything, or we should proceed further? Okay, I think we should proceed further now. Hello.
Yeah, sir, there is a question. What about the PDFs?
That are not editable. Look, PDF files cannot be added in the NVivo. If you want to edit any file that you, as I said, if you want to make any file that you want to edit after importing the NVivo, you have to import it as a text file. So you can just convert those file into a text file, and then you can edit those files. PDF file cannot be added. Okay. Now I will show you the explore section. So to explore, just go to the main menu. There's an explore. We have advanced find, query wizard, text search, word frequency, matrix coding queries, chart, hierarchy chart, map diagram. First, I will show you word frequency. So just click on word frequency. As the word itself suggests, it will give you the frequencies of the word which has been used in the text that we are applying to all these queries. So we can select the files, all the imported files. We can just we have two options: select items and select folders. So when we select folder, the entire folders has been selected, and all the file within those folders will be applicable for the query. But if you want to select individual file within the folder, then we can use select items. Let me show you select item first. So click on it, it will take you to your system. And as you can see, all your cases, sentiments, codes, and everything is applicable to this query. So it is not just you can apply that to all the import file. You can create your own code, and then you can find out what the frequency and which has been mostly discussed in any particular course as well. So first, I just click on files. And as this is a word frequency, images and video file does not contribute anything. So I'm not selecting that. So now you can select any individual files from here. I'm selecting all, but you can manually select any individual or any particular file similar to the PDFs. So I have enabled all the interviews transcript and all the PDF file for this query. Okay. After selecting the files that we want to apply this query, second is the display words. So how many words list you want in an output? 1,000 would be much. I just say 100. So top 100 most frequent word in these document will be listed now. The last is with minimum length. So the minimum length is of alphabets that should be part of a word. Like if I have like if we enable 3, so all the word like has, have, this, that would be part of the query set. And we know that if we have been dealing with any queries like language, so these words are most frequently reserved. I don't want that. I want some meaningful words. So at least 5 alphabets should be there in the word, which will be part of this query. Last, we have grouping. In the grouping, we have the option like exact matches. So if we are looking for talk, so we get only the frequency of the talk, the word TALK, at mean how many times has been frequent. Next, with the stemmed word. So the stemmed word is like if you're looking for talk, even talking, talkative, those will be grouped together. Third is with synonyms. So even if we are looking for talk, the synonyms of talk like speaks, told, said, those will be grouped together. And this specialization and generalization, basically they just broader the category, the word comes to closer to that thing. So I'm happy with exact match. I just run the query, and this is the output. So you can see the word water, which has the length 5, because it has 5 alphabets, has been frequency of 794. And from all the files that have been imported, out of which 0.84 percentage is coming from the word water. Similarly, we can see, and now this can also be used to identify what basically is the discussion of that particular file. As for now, we have a very vague idea about what files I have been chosen, but now you can see water, environmental, environment, science, resource. So it has been talking about these points. If we want to remove any word from these lists, we can. And why we would do that? Because these can be used to create a word cloud. Just click on it. Yeah, so this is the word cloud, and you can see the bigger the word, the more the frequency. As we know, the water has the maximum frequency, it's the center of the word cloud. And as we can go, environmental resource population has lesser than that. And as we go further, the smaller the size, the lesser the frequency have. And when we have been creating these word cloud, we may have seen some unrelated or unnecessary words out there. We can remove those words. To remove those words, let's suppose we don't want water in this query. I just click on the water, go to add to stop word list. I say okay, and I run the query again. And now you can see the water is not part of this restriction. The water has been restricted, and top 100 words has been shown down without the word water. So we can choose words which we do not want into a query, and then those results will be used to create a word cloud. So that is how we can customize the word cloud. So you can see now water is not a part of this word cloud. So that is how we can customize. We have other options as well for visualization. You can choose as per your needs, like this is, and that is exportable. Just right click, export word cloud. Just right, and I say to desktop. Yeah, so you can see that is how we can export the charts from there. Next thing that we can do, let's suppose we have the word frequency. We know that these are the most frequent one, and suppose some of these words are themes that we want to work on. And if we have imported data relevant to our objective, definitely it will be some themes directly come from these results. And let's suppose this science. Let's suppose I want to work on science and I want to save this as a code. You can directly save this as a code. Just right click, create as a code. Codes, yes. Okay, I can name it science. I say okay. And now we can go to codes. I can see a science code name science has been created. And I opened it. So you can see all the references, 426 references you can see out there. And prior to that, we have a limited number of references, but now this is a large number. We cannot manually just go down and see everything. But better it, we just go to in the extreme right, there's a summary, click on it, and now you can see the word science has been used one time in the Barbara file, 409 times in EVS file, 2 times in this file, and 14 times in this file. So if we want to explore more about science, we should devote more time or exploring this EVS file rather than any of these three files. Next, if you Barbara, only one reference is from Barbara, and that is the one from EVS file. There are 409, and they are listed from 1 to 409 like that. The next, if you want to see within the files, you can go to text. So this is the text file, and this is the reference. If you click on PDF, we can see where in the file these words are containing. Yeah, so the word we have been saved as a code has been clearly highlighted. And we can make coding at any stages of those. Like suppose this is science, and I want to just take this entire thing, code selection, and add a new code called definition. And I can save this. So you can make codings directly from here as well. Yeah, so this is about what we can get when we making up references. So when we can have the summary, which file have how many frequencies of the coding or references in that particular code. We have the visuals of all the references that we have saved, and we can see within the files where they have been taken. Yeah, the next in the word frequency, we have the tree map. which is bigger the rectangle, the more the frequency you have. This is also exportable. And the last we have the cluster analysis. So cluster analysis are used by the word which has come closer to more than sentence, and that is how they have been used. This cluster, I think, Spearman correlation has been used to conduct this. This is also exportable. Just right click and you can export this right here. So this is about the word cloud, but this is give you the output which have been mostly frequently used in those documents. Let's suppose you want to explore any particular word in those documents. That can be done by using text search. Go to explore text search. Now you can select items. I just selecting folder this time. I just select interview and PDF. So all the file within these folders has been automatically selected. Okay. And let's suppose I want to search the word climate. I have write the climate. Now these are the groupings similar to the last time. I run the query and you can see the word climate has been used 44 times in EBS file, 1 time in this file and 4 times in this file. Again with the references, these are all the references for the climate. Within the files, we can see it. These are the word and we can make the coding directly from here as well. And the last is the word tree. Let me zoom out a bit. So basically word tree, what word tree does, it makes our search word as the key point and the word used prior and after that, we can use it from here. Like for example, if you want to make a complete sentence from here, I just click over here. Of the ill effects of climate change are linked to extreme. And you can see these are nothing that good. We can increase the word prior and after. Just go to the context. Just increase it. We can take up to the level that we want it to be saved at. So weather events in addition, most of the ill effects of climate change are linked to the extreme weather events. So we can make a complete sentence from it. Next thing we can also observe from here, which word comes prior and after to that. So climate change, that's what I am more concerned about climate change. So I just click on change 2 times and an entire text search query has been created for climate change, which have 11 references. Those 11 references are here. In the file itself, you can see it here. And it has a own separate word tree, which is also exportable. Just right here, you can export this particular diagram. So this is about the text search. Is there any questions about this thing? Or word frequency or text search? Okay, so okay, let me just go further. Let me show you the features of those. So first, let's suppose I have these 3 files. You can see AI assistant in the home page. Just highlight the file that you want to make applicable to. Click on AI assistant. Click it here. First, you have to agree the terms. Yeah, this is the term. So NVivo uses own AI server. So when you are putting your files into a server, it will stay there. As soon as you close this window, the file will be deleted from the server. So the data privacy has been kept. This particular document has been stating that. So these are the files, and what it does, it will you provide you a summary of these files. I think we have already opened Barbara and Charles file, so we have a vague idea what these files contain. Now you can select your summary language. So we have Hindi as a regional language, one of those. But you can select, suppose I just selected Hindi, for example. The summary length, you want a short summary, standard summary, or long. Let me go as just standard. And then you can click on generate. So now it will generating the summary. It is a like, supposed to be Hindi. Okay, let's suppose if we want to save this, we can click on add memo. Yeah, I will add this to a memo. And I just cancel. So I have saved the memos of Barbara and Dottie. So I just go to notes in memo Okay, I think it's not been saved. Mhm. Okay, I think there has been some issues about this memo thing. I have to check my system for that. You can try it and you will save, you can see a memo, an AI memo, and you can have all those savings from there. Next, with the AI, we can create child codes. So let's suppose this particular place that I have code that I have created. Now I can create child codes from using NVivo 15's AI. So right click, you can see suggested child codes. Click on it. Child code language English, that is fine. I can say generate. So what it does, it will explore all the references which has been saved in this code and will provide some child code. Providing the child code, it will also show the references why this child code has been suggested. The first is a duration of the residence. So it's this particular code has been suggested. Why? Because in my coding, I have been living here for about 6 years. My family moved here when I was 2 years old in 1969. My parents still live here since 96. My husband and I bought this record. So these three sentences are provided in my references. Thus, this child code has been suggested. Second is mobility. I have lived all over the country over the years, and that is how this mobility has been suggested. Missing the salt water. I miss the salt water. That particular phrase has been taken, and this has been suggested. Family ties. My family moved here when I was 2 years old. My parents still live there. Important of coastal ecosystem because this is there, and the introduction because I have put the can is giving introduction. So basically, what is explore all the references that you have and put the compilation of certain things and group together, and using those things will create a child code upfront. I say okay from here. You can see all those things. If this is aligned with your objective, you can save it. And if it's not, let's suppose this introduction, I don't want it. Just right click and you can delete it. So you can remove all those things that you do not want to see that they are aligned with your objective. So this is what you can explore from the AI. The next thing I will show you in auto codes. So I just select all the files. You can select manually one or two files as well. It's not mandatory to have all the files. I just go to home. There's an auto code. I click on it. Now AutoCode have five options. The first is identify themes, identify sentiments. So in identify themes, it will provide you themes upfront by exploring all the files. Secondly, identify sentiments. It will provide sentiments within those files. Third is a speaker name. So if we have imported files with a multiple speaker, you can segregate the data by the name of the speaker. Next, we have use the style or structure. So if you have imported multiple files with the same structure, like question one, question two, so what NVivo does, it will make references or coding for them same in all the files. The last is use existing coding pattern, in which if you want those similar pattern files to be coded in a very specific manner, So what you have to do, you have to provide manual coding for 15 to 20% of file upfront, and the rest 80% file will be coding accordingly. So that are the five options that auto code has been provided. First, let me see, just identify themes. Click next. Now it is going within the data. So these are the themes has been provided by the NVivo: fishing, water, change, environment, planning. You can see which may not be aligned with your objective. You can deselect. Let's suppose I just deselect the shrimp. Next, with this theme, sub themes is also provided. So you can see with when we're talking about fishing, we are talking about commercial fishing, fish housing, fishing industry, commercial fishing. So you can see which do you do not want. You can deselect. I'm just selecting all as for now. Click next. Now, it is asking us the references that we got, rather we should have either sentences or paragraph. I'm selecting paragraph this time. The next time I use the sentence so that we can see the difference. Click next. Now, here you can give a name to that NVivo autocode. If you have been running autocode multiple times, so you can name accordingly so that you can see the difference, which particular autocode has been consistent to which kind of file. I'm happy with this thing. Finish. Now NVivo will provide us two outcome. First is the hierarchy chart. Second is the coding matrix. So this is the hierarchy chart. This you can see these are the main themes that we have. And if I click on it, you can see the tree map. So you can see the bigger the rectangle, the more the frequency you have. You can see the direct, nine agitative item. So secondly, you can have different way of visualization from here. This is fine. Second output that we get a coding matrix. So let me transpose this first. Yeah. Yeah. So these are all the themes that have been suggested, and these are the file that we have put. There's a Barbara, this is Charles and Dottie. And now what it does, it segregate all those themes with according to the files. We can see like fishing. Barbara has been discussing fishing 4 times, Charles has been 4 times, Dottie has been 3 times, and Margaret has been discussing 7 times. I suppose we are interested to see where she has been talking about fishing 7 times. So you just double click and it will directly take you to all those 7 references where she has been talking about the fishing. And if you remember, I have selected references as a paragraph. Thus, the entire paragraph has been shown to us. And you can see fishing is here. I can say fishing is here. So fishing is must be been speaking about sometime in this particular paragraphs. So that is how you can segregate. This could be a very important analysis when you're starting any process. Let's suppose these are the interview transcript and you want to see what people have been talking about certain things. So you can select that this person has been talking a lot about this thing. So more information should be coming out for this particular person. So you can export this thing. Right click, you can export this coding material as an Excel form, and then you can use it later, like which person has been using which themes a lot. Next, I will show you identify sentiments, highlight all the files, go to auto codes, identify sentiments. Next, this time I use as a sentence. I finish. Again, NVivo will be provide two outcomes. The one is a hierarchy chart, and another is the coding matrix. So this is the hierarchy chart, and this is the Barbara. And you can see the Barbara, she has been neutral about 57 times. She has been positive 8 times, negative about 6 times, and mixed she have about 6 times. If you want to see the coding matrix, we can see the sentiment has been identified to 4 categories. The first is very negative, moderately positive, and very positive. And we can see that Robert has been moderately negative about 14 times. And we want to see where he has been moderately negative. So I double click on this 14. It will take me to all those 14 references where he has been moderately negative. And we just read it out why it has been considered at moderately negative. Like I would hate to see it change significantly. I hate to see the injection increases. One of the problems with the people. If you have read the papers, you know there's no easy solution. In that respect, I hate to see it. I hate to see it. So he used moderately negative word in his conversation, and thus that sentiment has been identified for the Roberts. So the sentiment analysis work for 90 to 95% time only in cases where people use wrong words or wrong sentiment word for the wrong purposes, only then, or if people use sarcasm, only in that case, the sentiment might not be accurately identified, but rest it been very positively working. So this is about the auto codes. Is there any question?
Sir,
Uh,
there is a request
yeah.
whether you can show example of data analysis to get that now outcome
What
for them.
what kind of outcome, ma'am? I did not get this.
Vinaya, can you ask? No. Vinaya?
Ma'am, actually, somebody has come to meet her. So, ma'am, her query was that she wanted to see a proper analysis of the data, like how we do it in SPSS, something similar to that, how it can be done on this particular software.
SPSS is quantitative.
Yes,
No.
ma'am. So, in the qualitative way, ma'am wanted to see the analysis of the data.
Okay.
Okay,
Ashutosh,
okay.
can you?
Okay, I just got this. So we are dealing with the qualitative data. So as for the explore section, I have show you text search. I have tell you the word frequency. I can show you about the coding matrix as well, in which what we does, we can select all the files or codes or cases. And in the second section, we can just like if I just show you the sentiment analysis, that's a coding matrix. So we can create those coding matrix over here. We can identify the metrics between codes and cases. We can make multiple type of file classification. We can put the demographic qualities to each interview people, and then we can see the link up, like whether the gender has been more prone to one thing, or their the places from they are coming from has been any link to it. We can do like this in this thing, and we can also make charts from this thing as well.
Yeah.
Similarly, we can have the queries, we can create multiple type of charts over here, we can map around here, diagram around here. So these kind of analysis has been used for the qualitative research. Rather than we can numbers, I don't think that numbers may be useful in the qualitative research.
No. But what they want is the analysis. You done any analysis, and how do you project it?
Sir, can I, sir? Sir, we want to know the interpretation of our data because in qualitative analysis, we are going to get the whatever the answers being given by the participants. So how do we put it under the interpretation via this software? That is my question, sir.
Okay, so if you have put questions paper, like for example, you have taken an interview of any particular objective, and say you get the response for those people. So then you do have an objective. What do you want to take and like outcome as an that interview transcript? There has to be an objective. No? Like for example, you have been saying how social media has been affecting people, or how AI has been, how people taking AI as an response, whether they have been positive or negative about it. Then you would have an objective. You take an interview. Then you can find their sentiments. Then you can find the various things that they have been discussing. The people have been taking AI as something like that. They have been more afraid about it. They have been hesitating about it. People are who people are aware about it, if they have been using in their work or not. That category that you need to create. And while you are exploring all those interviews, you can make those different codes that you can extract from each interview transcripts. After creating those codes that I have just created over here, then what we can do, we have interview transcript that we have imported these files. We can put classification on these files. We can say that this barber has been from this particular age, this particular city, and this is what when he has been taken interviews or anything like that. And then we can see whether these phenomena are also showing any indication about anything. Like for example, I just taken up on an AI thing, which is this is the recent thing that I have worked to. So we have seen the people who have been coming from IT cities, they are more prone toward the positive side, and the people who have been not been that much of IT sector use out there, they have the negative sides of it. So that is the outcome or expertise that we can get out of it. But as for the generating on its own is concerned, it can be created by auto coding. I think I show you the one. So you can have all these codings over here. So this planning and everything, these all coding has been done by the NVivo itself. You don't have to do that anything. But the quantitative thing, you have to create your own coding, and that has to be completely personalized. There should be no either right way or wrong way. This is something what your objective is, what you want to extract from this data. Thus, you can create all those coding, and then all these insights or these things can be segregated. Like for the demographic, if I want to see that this might be an association or something that might be affect all those things, then I will create those objectives. So this is not something a clear cut things. How you would analyze it, that depend upon what do you want to accomplish or obtain from those research. So that is something how you have to craft your.
Sir, I have one more query, sir.
Yeah.
Like in quantitative data, we have a minimum number of sample to undertake the statistical analysis. In case of qualitative data analysis, sir, what should be the minimum number of sample size? I mean to say the participants to be considered to go to you, so that we can be able to use this software.
There is like as for the limitation of the software is concerned, I don't think there is any limit. You can import any kind of number of files into this. As for the qualitative research, I don't think like as for the quantitative, I think 30 or 40 has been found as a limit. That like for the central limit theorem that we generally use for the qualitative. But yeah, I think 30 to 40 number of sample or interview transcript should be enough. Or depend, as I said, no, it depend upon the objective. Maybe if we have been doing something like that, so any social phenomena that we have been taking, so we have to take a large number. And if we have been taking a very specific thing, I think the small number should do the work as well.
Sir, I as a layman, when I use this software, sir, how should I know that where should I stop for this data?
No, ma'am, as I
Because,
said.
sir, in quantitative, sir, I know I'm taking 40, 50, 100, 200, 250. Accordingly, the quantitative analysis and putting it under this different statistical test method. But, sir, in qualitative, where do I stop? How, as a researcher, I will get to know? Because I'm totally layman in this using this software.
Well, I think you should concern your professors about that because they are the right people. Because as I said, now this is completely depend upon the objective. What and like for example, like we are also also a student of statistics, so I know the closer we come to the goal population, the better that you can generalize. But there has to be a limit. And I think 30 to 40 or completely depend upon the objective. Like if you have a hefty interview schedule of your own, questionnaire of your own. But if you have long questions, I think small number. It is depend upon what kind of data that you're getting from those things and how relevant it is. So to generalize, I don't think that should be any exact number. I think 40, 50 is enough for me, I guess. I think you should take analysis
Thank
or
you, sir.
suggestions from your teachers from there or professors from your.
Hello, sir. I am Dr. Vinay Vaishnampal. I had put in the question for
Yes.
outcome. So I was very much interested to see the tree diagrams that are created when analysis of data is complete. Because when I'm doing qualitative analysis, I would really like to see some kind of area chart or tree diagram. Probably, I think in the initial slides, you showed us that it is possible.
Yeah. See, just go to explore. There has been charts. You can create charts with the codings, attributes, files, and everything. You can create your hierarchy chart from here as well. You can create your own maps from here. You can create your diagrams of it as well. So there has been options. You can create and customize your own charts and everything. So you can create it from those like that.
Also, my question was that when I'm creating this code, and if I have data in multiple, what shall I say, some as PDF, some as image, probably some are into Excel. So does the software read the code through all the files or only that specific file?
See, the autocoding is concerned or this word file is like if the file contain words or text, it will applicable. But images or video or audio file, these are not applicable to this explosion because it does not contain the word. Though if you have the transcription of audio and video file, it will be applicable. But image file is not applicable to it. But if an image file has been imported, you have to make those codings from those things. You put those relevance thing in the words, and then those code will become for applicable to all the analysis.
Okay, thank you, sir. One basic question in terms of we have all used SPSS package.
Mhm.
So what would you say is really different in NVivo as compared to SPSS? Because
Yes.
ultimately, as researchers, we always code our data and
Yes.
convert it into numbers.
See,
So what would be the basic difference between SPSS and NVivo?
like the
That it
complete
is able to analyze images and diagrams?
SPSS is a quantitative software. It's a statistical software. NVivo is a qualitative research software. It just and make analysis on the word and text only. This is not for the numerical thing. It's just if you have any research paper, then you can do the analysis on these things. You can find, you can create your own papers. You can also, and stuff is also integrated to that. So it will guide you from your initial stage of your project to the completion of this project. That has to be quantitative. Sorry, qualitative. I guess. Yeah. So it has to be qualitative. SPSS completely deals with the quantitative thing.
I agree, sir. But in both, we are creating codes and ultimately giving numbers. So over here, it is going to qualitatively analyze whether that particular word or phrase appears how many times in my text. Would it be that, sir?
See, with this, you can also classifying those files. You can make multiple categories in the imported files. You can put your own cases over here. You can make cases out here as well. Basically, what it does is allow you to have multiple attribute attached to those files, give opportunity to create multiple codes, and with that you can explore in a next level. You can see if there is a connection towards all these attributes with the file or with the creating codes itself. It also suggests auto coding over here, which gives you the coding upfront, give the sentiment analysis upfront, so you can take directly references from this thing. Which a third thing is have an AI things. So basically, AI thing has also helped you if you have been dealing something that you are not understand. Like we have an objective and we go along that objective, but we miss something around, which would be very obvious. So for those things, in vivo AI is there that you can explore. Okay, this thing can also be a part of this thing. And as I said, the qualitative research is always personalized. It's the person who have been creating those or conducting those analysis. Those people are the in charge, and they will decide what should be the part of the project and what should not be the part of the project. So and we will provide you all the necessary detail which we require for the qualitative research.
All right, sir. Because I somehow thought that it will also. I think we need to explore it more. But probably this means it will show us trends, right, sir?
Trends, sorry.
Trends in the data. It would be possible to get through this kind of qualitative analysis, right, sir?
Like I am not getting trends. I'm a statistician, so I just trends and the times is
Okay.
of this.
Sure,
So
sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
okay,
Thank
so
you. Thank you so much, sir.
okay, ma'am. So the last thing that I have said, how we fetch the social media analysis. Just let me finish that part too. So let me just make a new folder. Let's just fetching Twitter data. Twitter, I just go to my social media. Just so we can import the data from the social media analysis as well. So like this is, as I said, it's a quantitative research. So sometimes you have to take current scenarios, what happened here, what has been going out there. So first we have to select the hashtag that we want to fetch the data to. Then we go to extension. You will get n capture. So while you are installing the NVivo, that particular extension is already there. So you will find it there. Just click on this n capture. Now you have option tweets as data set or web page as PDF. I am just taking as a data set so that I can see the other analysis to it. After that, I click on capture. It is authorized the app. Yeah. Now we can go again. and see capture progress. Okay, I think I exceeded my limit for those things. But I have files that I have imported previous in this month. Just let me see. Like import, we have to click on amp capture. So you will have that in download folder. So I have done these things. I think last we have done on 27th of Jan. So let's suppose I show you first this abolish income tax. So I just click on it. I import, and this is the file. I double click on this file. So with one go, it will fetch 1,000 tweets. Now these are all the tweets. And from this thing, tweets can be directly code, like this example, like this particular phrase I want to see. So I just right click, code selection, and I just create a new code. Let's say income tax. So I have created, so only tweets itself being applicable to create coding directly. All these things cannot be coded. If you want to see what the data has been captured on each tweet, we click on forms. So with the ID, Twitter ID, username, the particular tweet, the time, tweet type, retweet by, number of retweets, hashtag, mention, the name, location, all these detail has been fetched for each individual tweets. Next, we have the chart. So this is the chart, and this is like username and the number of references. We can change the type of graph, and we can also select the access ourselves, like username. I just go to location. I say okay, and we can see that most of the tweets have been coming from New Delhi, India, Bangalore, Hyderabad. So we can see it's about abolishing income tax, and only the metropolitan cities has been making queries about it, or they have been tweeting about it. The small cities, they do not have to be more concerned about these things. Next, we have the cluster analysis. So the cluster analysis has been created over here by the word similarity between the tweets. So we can group them together that these people have been tweeting similar things compared to these people. These people have been sharing the similar tweets. Map, I think this is not working. I have already raised the query. It will be resolved soon. The last we have Twitter social graph, in which we can see how actually the tweets been circulating. Yeah, let me zoom out a bit. Yeah, so that RT means retweet, and if we can get at any place, that means the person, yeah, this at means that person has been tagged into that tweet. If you want to see how the tweets has been generated or been circulated, we can just select on any individual. Let me zoom out a bit. Yeah. So let's say I just select that. So the person who he's connected with, we can select and we can say this particular person. So this person has been tweeted that many people. And if we just fetch it from here, we can see that particular person exploded from here. So basically, we can see the tweet has not been circulated by most of the people. Rather, only individual people have been exploring. Like this particular person has been exploring the tweets. That particular person has been exploring tweet. This particular individual has been exploring the tweets. And if you want to see what tweet he has been posting, we just double click on it. It will take us to that particular tweet that he has been circulating. Yeah. So this is the tweet, a single element in the family 20 likes. So this is the tweet that he has been circulated to that many people. So we can track it down how the tweet has been generated, and we can see that this individual has been consist with this many number of people. And we can see after reaching these people, they are not even retweeted. So they just died up to that point. But it has been trending because that particular individual. So this person is basically responsible to tweet, make it like trending in the Twitter. So that kind of analysis can be done or can be imported. So this is about the demonstration session. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Teachers, do you have any further questions?
So we'll actually like to once use it,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
I think that will give us a good idea of
Correct.
how it all works.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just dropped my contact number over here, so
Yes.
you just call me out, or my email ID is already there. Yeah, I have shared my number. Just explore the software on your own, and if you come across any issues, you just call me. I will try to resolve the issues as soon as possible. Okay, man. So can we conclude this session now?
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
much,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.